Hello, this is Jim, and welcome to another of Glenside Public Library's Quick Tips videos. Today we're going to be in Microsoft Excel and we're going to learn how to record a macro. Now, what is a macro? A macro is a simple instruction that performs a number of different Excel tasks to create one completed task. Let's take a look at what we have here. I've got my to-do list. It looks like we're arranging for, I don't know, a wedding or something, and we want to be able to mark these as complete. Now, this isn't a very difficult task, but it would be nice if we could automate it to some degree. So let's do that. Now, we want to start by getting access to the Developer tab in Excel, which you'll notice is not up here. By default, it is not visible. So let's go to File, down at the bottom, Options, and we want Customize Ribbon. Over here, all of our main tabs, and we're going to add the Developer tab and click OK. And sure enough, now we have a Developer tab. There's a lot of things in here that you don't need to use if you don't know how they work yet. But once you get more experienced with Excel and you want to do more things, the Developer tab can come in very handy. Right now, what we care about are macros, and specifically this Record Macro button. It says each of the commands you perform will be saved into the macro so that you can play them back again. That's what we want. So I'm going to select the cell that I want to mark completed. It's important that I select the cell in this particular case, and we'll see why in a little bit. I'm going to click on Record Macro. And this box comes up. I'll move it over a little bit, and we're going to type in a name. I'll call it Insert _ completed. There are no spaces allowed, hence the underscore. And a shortcut key, so that you can do this from the keyboard without using the mouse. Now, the control letter keys, a lot of those are already assigned. You're probably familiar with Control C, Control V, Control P for print, etc. But if I add in a shift, I'm going to say to run this, I'm going to hit Control, Shift, and C at one time. I'm going to store it just in this workbook. That's all we need to worry about for now. And I'm going to add a description. Mark status as completed. And click OK. Notice up here, I've got a little blue box that says Stop Recording. There's another box down here. When we're done, we're going to click either of those. Now, recording, make sure that you understand, it's a bit of a misnomer. We're not recording in time. We're recording actions, keystrokes, mouse clicks, etc., etc. So I'm going to start by typing completed. I'm going to hit Enter to commit. And now I'm going to stop recording. And that's it. We have created a macro. Does it work? Well, let's find out. I'm going to go back to my first line item, book the venue, and I'll do Control-Shift-C. Completed, works. How about prepare invitations? Is that done as well? Control-C. Notice, however, that it doesn't move my cursor down. Why would that be? Well, to understand that, we kind of need to look into the guts, behind the hood or beneath the hood, if you will. So to do that, we want to see the code, the actual Visual Basic for Applications code that makes a macro run. Quickest way to do that is to go back to here on my Developer tab and look at macros. We see we have one in this workbook. We're going to edit it. And here we see something with which you may not be familiar. But look at it. Sub and end sub simply define the boundaries of my macro. Insert completed is the name. Don't worry about the parentheses. It's just part of the language. Active cell.formula R1C1 equals completed. In other words, whichever cell is currently active, insert completed. And notice this next one that was recorded, range C4.select. So as soon as I hit that enter, I selected the next cell. I committed, completed, and moved down, and hence we get this. Let's delete it. Close the VBA editor. Delete and delete. Try it again. Control-Shift-C, completed, and it does not move my cursor. Now, wait a minute, you say, it was kind of nice when it moved it down one. How can I do that? Well, let's delete this again. I'm going to go over to sheet 2 here, where I've got a piece of text, a bit of VBA code stored, and I'm just going to Control-C to copy that. Back to sheet 1 here. Let's go back to our macros, edit, and remember where I deleted that other piece of code? I'm going to do Control-V to paste in this one. So after we mark a cell as completed, insert completed, we're going to offset our cursor. This means look at the active cell, which is where we just inserted completed, and offset it by, in this case, 1 row and 0 columns, and select that cell. Let's see if this works. Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-C, and I can keep going until the cows come home. I have a fully functional macro that I can use over and over again. Macros can even be inserted up here in the quick access toolbar, so you can do them all with a single mouse click. Otherwise, you need to go to Macros Run, which is a bit time consuming. Maybe a little daunting when you start to look at the VBA code. Don't worry about that though. Even simply recording macros can save you a lot of time and automate those repetitive tasks that you have to do over and over. Thank you for watching. I really hope this has been helpful. Have a great day.